She was always the odd one out, the one who felt too much, who cried over things no one saw, who carried a silent discomfort even when everything seemed normal. Mariana grew up like that, as if she were a body displaced within her own home. It wasn't a lack of food or structure, it was something else, something more subtle, something that lived in her mother's eyes when she made a mistake, in her father's silence during Sunday conversations, in the way her brother avoided touching her. Everything about her seemed too much for others, too much emotion, too much sensitivity, too many questions. And so she kept quiet. She hid. But inside she bled. The fights came from nothing, a glass out of place, a rude comment, and everything exploded. Mariana tried to understand, but the more she tried, the more lost she became. It was as if there was an accumulated anger that no one knew where it came from, but that everyone seemed to carry. She spent years asking herself, why so much tension? Why so much conflict? Why me? The answer didn't come in her parents' words, nor in the shallow advice at school. But it began to creep in one ordinary night, when she went up to her grandparents' attic to escape yet another argument. Amidst old boxes, she found a dusty notebook, a diary. The yellowed pages bore the handwriting of her grandmother, who had passed away years before. Curious, Mariana began to read, and what she read changed everything. There, in that crooked and intimate writing, her grandmother spoke about old hurts, about pain within the family, about feelings that no one took seriously. But more than that, she spoke of something Mariana had never heard out loud: past lives. Her grandmother recounted vivid dreams, visions that seemed like memories from other existences. And there, in the middle of the diary, a phrase repeated itself like a spiritual whisper. The conflicts of the soul dress up as family so that we can see what is invisible. Mariana felt a shiver down her spine. It was as if, for the first time, someone had put into words what she had always felt but could never explain. That diary was more than a record. It was a mirror. With each page, her grandmother revealed that family ties were not just biological. They were spiritual. And that often, the souls that hurt us the most in this life are the ones that loved us the most in others. They come back not to repeat the pain, but to heal what was left unfinished. But before healing, one must remember. That night, Mariana did not sleep. She cried, and then she began to search. She read everything she could about spirituality, reincarnation, karmic ties, soul missions. She discovered that there are reunions that have no face, but have vibration, that there are silent pacts made before birth, and that many souls, before reincarnating, accept difficult missions, to love where there is no love, to forgive where there is no forgiveness, to break cycles that no one else had the courage to face. And the more she read, the more she felt that her pain made sense. It was not a punishment. It was a calling. The days passed. The fights continued. Her mother, still cold. Her father, still absent. Her brother, still indifferent. But inside Mariana, something had already changed. She now knew that this family was the perfect setting for her soul to grow, that there were the tests she herself had chosen, and with this awareness came the transformation. She began to listen in silence, to not respond aggressively, to embrace herself. It wasn't easy. The loneliness grew. But for the first time, there was peace in her heart. In her dreams, she began to see familiar faces in other contexts. Her mother as a child, her brother as an old friend, and in one of them she saw herself as a stern woman, yelling at the same grandmother who was now guiding her from beyond. It was as if the memories had returned to show that the pain she felt had also already caused. And there, between tears and shivers, Mariana understood everything was repeating itself to be forgiven, to be cleansed, to be closed. She became active silence, a different energy field within a burdened house. She no longer tried to change anyone. She didn't expect hugs or apologies, but little by little, something curious began to happen. Her mother began to ask about her books. Her father, awkwardly, began to help her with small tasks. Her brother, for the first time, looked her in the eyes for more than 2 seconds. Mariana could not explain it, but she felt it. Something was being broken, and on the invisible plane, the chains were being released. Until one day, sitting alone with a lit candle, she heard it clearly, not with her ears, but with her soul. A soft voice, like wind in leaves. You were chosen to heal what no one had the strength to see. You are the bridge. And there, Mariana understood. Everything made sense now. The cold looks, the long silences, the pointless arguments. None of it was personal. It was spiritual. She was not rejected. She was a guide. She was a channel. She was the awakened soul within a wounded lineage. She was the only one who remembered. And maybe you are too. If this story touched your heart, subscribe now to the Código de Reencontro channel. Leave a comment. What pain did your soul come to heal in this life? Your experience could be the key that another soul is searching for. Here, every story matters, every scar has a voice, and every awakening illuminates a path that does not need to be walked alone. In the next video, you will learn the story of Pedro, a rejected son who, during a vivid dream, discovered that the woman who hurt him the most in this life was the same soul who saved him in another. An unexpected reunion, a secret revealed between dimensions, and a forgiveness that echoes between incarnations, because when a soul awakens, it does not awaken just for itself. It awakens for all who came before, for all who are yet to come. And perhaps your story will be the next one that will transform lives. Welcome to your reunion.